The Hundred Years' War, a journey through triumph and turmoil, 1337 to 1453. In 1337, a bold declaration echoed through history. King Edward III of England, in a daring and contentious move, laid claim to the French throne. This audacious assertion challenged the existing order and ignited a conflict that would span over a century, a conflict known as the Hundred Years' War. The legitimacy of royal claims sparked the fires of war, as tensions between England and France simmered into open hostility. At the heart of this unfolding drama was a question of rightful succession, leading to decades of bloodshed and warfare. As the drums of war began to beat, the stage was set for a prolonged struggle that would reshape the destinies of two great nations. Here, at the dawn of this epic conflict, we begin our journey into a past filled with battles, betrayals, and the relentless pursuit of power. Join us as we delve into this monumental clash, where dynastic ambitions and national pride collide, setting the scene for one of history's most enduring and transformative wars. With Edward's claim, the saga commences, leading us into an era defined by its quest for dominance and legacy. The year was 1337, setting the stage for a century-long struggle between England and France. As King Edward III laid his claim to the French throne, anticipation and uncertainty filled the air. Initial skirmishes erupted in Flanders and Brittany, where English and French forces clashed fiercely. These early battles were not just for land, but for supremacy, as both sides sought dominance. In 1340, the naval Battle of Sluys became a defining moment. English forces, with strategic brilliance, secured a decisive victory that ensured their control of the seas. This triumph bolstered English confidence and demonstrated their formidable power on the waves. Yet, amidst the chaos, diplomacy flickered briefly in 1360 with the Treaty of Bretigny. This agreement brought temporary peace, granting England substantial territorial gains and reshaping the conflict's dynamics. These early years set a relentless tone for what lay ahead, a prolonged and arduous conflict testing both nations' resolve. As tensions simmered, the world watched, knowing this was only the beginning of a saga echoing through history. In the heart of the Hundred Years' War, a young and charismatic leader emerged, Edward, known to history as the Black Prince. His name became synonymous with both fear and respect. In 1356, Edward led English forces into France, clashing with the French army at the Battle of Poitiers. It was here that his military genius shone. Against overwhelming odds, the Black Prince orchestrated a stunning victory, capturing King John II of France. This triumph solidified Edward's reputation as a formidable leader and dealt a severe blow to French morale and leadership. The capture of their king sent shockwaves through France, destabilizing its governance and altering the war's course. The Black Prince's victory at Poitiers was more than just a battle won. It was a turning point demonstrating the shifting tides of power. As we continue our journey through this epic conflict, we will see how this moment set the stage for future endeavors and challenges in this relentless war. Next, we explore how a fragile peace temporarily altered the war's landscape. Stay with us as we delve into the Treaty of Bretigny and its implications for both England and France. In the heart of the Hundred Years' War, the Treaty of Bretigny in 1360 stands as a moment of deceptive calm. After years of relentless conflict, this treaty marked a temporary peace, altering the war's course. England emerged with notable territorial gains, a testament to its military prowess. This agreement, however, was fragile at best, merely a lull in the storm. The land ceded to England represented a significant shift in power dynamics, and for a brief time, it seemed as if English dominance might prevail. Yet beneath the surface, tensions simmered, waiting for the inevitable resurgence of hostilities. The treaty's implications were profound, reshaping alliances and strategies on both sides. It was a pause that gave both nations time to regroup and reconsider their next moves. As the ink dried on the parchment, it was clear that this was not an end, but rather an interlude in a saga that would continue to unfold for decades. The temporary peace of Bretigny set the stage for the next chapter in this epic conflict, leading us to the renewed hostilities that would soon reignite the fires of war. In 1369, the Hundred Years' War reignited with renewed fervor. Charles V of France, known for his strategic acumen, resumed hostilities, determined to reclaim lost territories. Under his leadership, France began to regain momentum, challenging the English stronghold that had seemed secure. This period marked a significant shift as England faced unexpected setbacks. Central to this resurgence was Bertrand du Guesclin, a formidable military leader whose cunning tactics and relentless spirit revitalized French forces. With each campaign, du Guesclin chipped away at English defenses, turning the tide in favor of France. His victories were not just military triumphs. They symbolized a resurgence of French pride and determination. As English fortunes waned, the reality of a prolonged conflict set in. The once dominant English army now grappled with the challenges posed by a resurgent France. This era of renewed hostilities underscored the unpredictable nature of warfare and the ever-shifting balance of power between these two great nations. With the stage set for further turbulence, the conflict's intensity would only escalate. As we move forward, internal strife within England and the backdrop of the Black Death will further complicate this epic saga of war and perseverance. As the mid-14th century unfolded, England and France were both caught in the throes of internal upheaval and external threats. England grappled with political discord, its once unified front now fractured. Across the Channel, France was not immune to turmoil, as the resurgence of its military ambitions clashed with the grim realities brought on by the Black Death. This devastating pandemic swept across Europe, leaving millions dead in its wake and profoundly altering the social fabric. Amidst this chaos, maintaining military campaigns became a daunting challenge for both nations. The Black Death didn't just decimate populations, it weakened economies and sowed seeds of dissent among the people. Yet, despite these dire circumstances, the war raged on, driven by leaders determined to assert their claims and ambitions. As the dust of conflict settled momentarily, the question loomed: how long could this relentless struggle continue? The answer would soon unfold as new figures emerged on the stage, poised to shift the tides once more. In the next chapter, witness the rise of a charismatic leader whose vision would ignite hope and redefine the course of the war. Stay tuned as we delve into the emergence of Joan of Arc, a figure destined to change history. In the midst of the 100 Years' War, a remarkable figure emerged: Jeanne d'Arc, a young peasant girl who claimed to have divine visions. Her unwavering belief in her mission inspired a beleaguered France. At a time when hope seemed lost, she convinced Charles VI to let her lead his army, marking the dawn of change in the war's tides. Her leadership was pivotal at the Siege of Orléans, a critical juncture for France. Under her command, French forces achieved a significant victory, lifting the siege and invigorating the French cause. This triumph not only bolstered French morale, but also marked a turning point in the war. Jeanne's emergence was not merely a military achievement. It was a symbol of resilience and courage that reignited a nation's spirit. Her influence stretched beyond the battlefield, altering the course of history and inspiring generations to come. As we explore the 100 Years' War, Jeanne d'Arc stands as a beacon of hope and transformation. Her story is a testament to the power of conviction and the extraordinary impact of an individual. Next, we'll delve into the closing conflicts and the final battles that sealed the fate of this prolonged struggle. In the final chapter of the 100 Years' War, the Battle of Castile in 1453 emerged as the decisive conflict sealing the fate of English ambitions in France. This battle marked the end of a long and tumultuous struggle, where English forces faced a crushing defeat, leading to the relinquishment of their territorial claims on French soil. The conclusion of this war brought to a close over a century of warfare that had profoundly shaped the destinies of both nations. As the dust settled over the fields of Castile, the once fierce aspirations of English dominance in France faded into history. This pivotal moment not only signified the end of hostilities, but also heralded a new era for France, free from English influence. The 100 Years' War, with its epic battles and legendary figures, had finally reached its dramatic conclusion, leaving an indelible mark on European history. As we transition to examine the war's lasting impact, we reflect on how these final battles not only ended a century-long conflict, but also reshaped the political landscape of Europe for generations to come. Let's delve into the enduring legacy that this monumental war has left behind. As the echoes of the final battles faded, the true impact of the Hundred Years' War began to unfold across Europe. This was not merely a military conflict, but a seismic shift in the political landscape. England and France emerged scarred yet transformed. For England, the loss of continental territories prompted internal reflection, setting the stage for future political reformation. Meanwhile, France, invigorated by its victories, began to solidify its national identity, laying the groundwork for a centralized monarchy. The war's legacy is etched deeply into European history. It redefined boundaries and alliances, influencing conflicts that would follow for centuries. Yet, beyond borders and politics, the Hundred Years' War left an indelible mark on the collective psyche of Europe. As we reflect on these events, we are reminded of history's lessons, how war reshapes nations and alters the course of human destiny. In our next segment, we will reflect on the broader lessons learned from this century-long struggle and their relevance to today's world. As we conclude our journey through the Hundred Years' War, we pause to reflect on its profound significance. This century-long conflict was not just a tale of battles and territorial disputes. It was a testament to the complexities of medieval politics and warfare. From the initial claim by Edward III to the pivotal moments that shaped its course, the war offers enduring lessons for modern audiences. We see how ambition, power, and resilience played out on the grand stage of history, influencing the destinies of nations. The Hundred Years' War captivates us still, with its stories of heroism, strategy, and the indomitable human spirit. It reminds us of the cyclical nature of history and the ever-relevant themes of leadership and diplomacy. As history enthusiasts and students, we are left with a rich tapestry of insights. The war's legacy is not merely in its outcomes, but in its capacity to teach us about the human condition, the consequences of ambition, and the relentless pursuit of power. In reflecting on this epic saga, we are reminded that while times change, the lessons of history remain timeless, urging us to learn from the past as we shape our future.